is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 24 of Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, round 18. And I am doing a companion page to a layout I did just the other day, and I'm using the same paper pad. So I had cut a bunch of squares for another sketch. And I had all these leftover pieces. Now, normally I probably would have thrown them away, but I did remember seeing this sketch, and I saw that there were like strips of paper behind it. And I think I will probably do this sketch again because I do think that there are other ways to do those pieces. She has all the measurements for you. So that implies it's paper. Obviously, I didn't use any of those measurements, but that's okay. I just stacked up all these papers, but still kind of in that 3-sectioned piece instead of like a stacked washi that goes from the top to the bottom. I did feel like I wanted to mimic the sketch for those 3 areas. So that could also be some mixed media, which I was kind of thinking might be fun. Just different things. Like, this is a super versatile sketch. So I realized that this strip needs to go a little bit further. I cut down a square of white cardstock, and I didn't distress any of the edges of anything. So I'm not really sure why I felt like I needed to distress this piece of paper, but this is the only piece that's going to be distressed, and that's totally fine. So I felt like it was going to get a little lost in the areas where the white was going to touch the white. So I'm going to grab this cracked pistachio distress ink, and I'm just going to put that around the edges. It's like the perfect color to go with the green in this paper. So I'm going to get that all done. I just use a little dauber. It fits right underneath the ink. Works pretty well. And then I'm going to put that down in the center. Now, she calls for 2 4x6 photos and 2 2x2 photos. But instead, I am going to have 2 4x6 photos, but they're not the same orientation. So it's going to be a little bit off. And then where she's got the 2x2 photos, I'm going to use those as embellishment clusters. So these 2 photos are across the street from the Ford Theater. So this is the house that they brought Lincoln to, and then this is the bedroom that he spent his last night in. And I think everything's replica, nothing's real, but it's still very nostalgic, and being in that place, even though it, I guess, is kind of a little bit creepy, but history. I'm just walking through history. So I'm trying to decide how I want my photos. Do I want them to stay inside, or do I want them to go off? Because you can see how the 4x6 photos kind of go off that paper. And I am thinking I want to keep them contained in the paper. So I don't have any embellishments for this collection, this paper pad. So I went in my stash and I just pulled out like a sticker sheet and some chipboard pieces. But I did ultimately decide to mat my photos on black. I'm not really sure why, because there's no black in this layout yet. I will change that, though. I will bring some black in, and then it goes with the mats even more. So I was feeling excessively lazy. And instead of getting up and getting another piece of black cardstock, uh, which I have a ton of, I just decided to kind of MacGyver these two pieces together to make my mat. It's definitely not something that I normally do. Um, I kind of think of it as a pain. I'd rather just use a piece of new paper, but obviously feeling lazy, and so it totally works. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these down, and then I can start my embellishing. So this sticker was like the main reason that I had pulled the sticker sheet out, and I think it says right here, and that's going to be my title, even though it's really small. And then I liked this typewriter. It was the right color. It says details, so I can put my journaling on that, and it fits that space pretty well there. Now, this chipboard sheet is almost gone, and so I got to use a circle from there, and then I did another circle piece for my title to sit on to make it a little more have a little more prominence there. And that space up there is really kind of like, there's just a lot. Like there's too much space for me. So I'm trying to figure out how to fill up that space. I am going to cut down this black frame. So that's going to kind of bring that black into another area. So I have black in 3 areas. And then it kind of makes that title piece a little bigger as well. And then I decided to take those banners and actually go ahead and put them on kind of a diagonal. And I really wanted to use this book. I mean, only I would understand, because the like when you leave the house, there's this like big stack, like huge. I don't know if I took a picture of it. And it's all the books written on Lincoln. It was pretty cool. So that is going to do it for my layout today. I will have the playlist linked down below so you can see what everybody else is doing with this sketch. This is definitely one of those sketches where I am very interested to see. So there is my final layout, and that is going to do it for me today. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.